Hey guys, how's it going? Redeyedjedi here, and today we're going to talk about the blockchain. And not just talk about the blockchain, I'm also going to show you a device that is already built on the blockchain, and I believe this is where our technology is going. So get ready. Let's go. Like, oh, it started off professional, and then he started to go, what? Anyways, guys, Blockchain 101. Now, this website is builtin.com/blockchain. I will put the description or the link down in the description. Now, blockchain technology is most simply defined as a decentralized, distributed ledger that records the provenance of a digital asset. Our guide will walk you through what it is, how it's used, and its history. Now, just so you know, we might not touch on everything, but I will go over some of this at least. But now, for all of you XRP Ripple fans and everyone that knows what's going on, this right here, decentralized distributed ledger. Okay, it has DLT? What is DLT? Maybe we should make a video on this. What is blockchain technology? Blockchain, sometimes referred to as distributed ledger technology, DLT, makes the history of any digital asset unalterable and transparent through the use of decentralization and cryptographic hashing. A simple analogy for understanding blockchain technology is a Google Doc. When we create a document and share it with a group of people, the document is distributed instead of copied or transferred. This creates a decentralized distribution chain that gives everyone access to the document at the same time. No one is locked out awaiting changes from another party, while all modifications to the doc are being recorded in real time, making changes completely transparent. Of course, blockchain is more complicated than a Google Doc, but the analogy is apt because it illustrates three critical ideas of technology. So right here it says blockchain explained, a quick overview. Number 1, digital assets are distributed instead of copied or transferred. Number 2, the asset is decentralized, allowing full real-time access. Number 3, a transparent ledger of changes preserves integrity of the document, which creates trust in the asset. Blockchain is an especially promising and revolutionary technology because it helps to reduce risk, stamps out fraud, and brings transparency in a scalable way for myriad users. Now, I'm going to play this video. This will kind of help you, and then we're going to go over it more. This is 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Give me one moment. Let me turn on my audio so it can record. Well, let's see. I will test it. Well, I'll go ahead and play it. If it does not work, I will cut and edit somehow and make it right. So, here we go.
Since the days of clay tablets, people have recorded the exchange of goods and services. As we evolve into the digital age, recording these transactions has become much more complex. Whether it's the exchange of money between two parties, documenting how goods move through a supply chain, or making contractual agreements. The growth of global commerce and trade has created a network of disparate ledger systems, vulnerable to errors, fraud, and misinterpretation. Take the diamond industry, for example. The journey of a diamond from mine to consumer covers a complex landscape of legal, regulatory, financial, manufacturing, and commercial practices. Current supply chains have to rely on intermediaries every step of the way, from government officials to lawyers, accountants, dealers, and banks. This adds time and cost. Diamond smuggling and fraud can hamper governments from collecting fair export taxes, and consumers and retailers face the prospect of purchasing counterfeit or unethically mined stones. This is where Hyperledger blockchain technology comes in. It has the potential to eliminate these vulnerabilities with transparent transactions. Blockchain offers all parties involved in a business network a secure and synchronized record of transactions. The blockchain ledger records every sequence of transactions from beginning to end, whether it's hundreds of steps in a supply chain or a single online payment. As each transaction occurs, it's put into a block. Each block is connected to the one before and after it. Groups of transactions are blocked together and a fingerprint of each block is added to the next, thus creating an irreversible chain. That's why blockchain is ideal for recording the mining, refining, and distribution of one of the most valuable goods in the world. It can trace a diamond's path from the mine to the hands of the consumer with exceptional security and transparency. While blockchain works with all types of transactions, there are three key features that make Hyperledger blockchain uniquely capable to handle the requirements of a regulated industry like diamonds. It's distributed, it's permissioned, and it's secure. Because the ledger is distributed, it works as a shared form of record keeping, ensuring no one person or organization holds ownership of the system. As the diamond cycles through its supply chain, everyone involved during the process is permissioned to have a copy of every record and piece of data, and no transaction can be added to the chain without consensus across the participants. This means no one person can add to or alter the blockchain without it being permanently recorded, making it tamper-resistant and highly secure, eliminating the risk of fraud and error. No one, not even a system administrator, can delete it. In the case of diamonds, a blockchain ledger keeps a record of high-resolution photos of each diamond at every touchpoint along its journey. It holds certificates of authenticity, real-time records of every payment transaction, as well as product details like cut, clarity, color, carat, and diamond serial numbers. At the end of the buying cycle, there is a complete, auditable, and indisputable record of information. Blockchain technology gives us the ability to transform industries of all sorts, from diamonds to flowers, monetary transactions, or even things like contracts, deeds, records, and other public and private agreements. It frees up capital flows, speeds processes, lowers transaction costs, and most importantly, provides security and trust. We believe that blockchain will do for business what the internet did for communication, create new ways of working and leave more time for creativity and innovation.
All right. So hopefully you heard that and I don't have to edit it. But that right there gave you a pretty good idea that how everything is going to be connected. So how does blockchain work? The whole point of using a blockchain is to let people, in particular people who don't trust one another, share valuable data in a secure, tamper-proof way. And that's from MIT Technology Review. Blockchain consists of three important concepts: blocks, nodes, and miners. Blocks. Every chain consists of multiple blocks, and each block has three basic elements: the data in the block, a 32-bit whole number called a note. The note is randomly generated when a block is created, which then generates a block header hash. The hash is a 256-bit number weighted to the notes. It must start with a huge number of zeros, i.e., be extremely small. When the first, my phone was going off. When the first block of a chain is created, a nonce generates the cryptographic hash. The data in the block is considered signed and forever tied to the nonce and hash unless it is mined. Miners create new blocks on the chain through a process called mining. In a blockchain, every block has its own unique nonce and hash, but also references the hash of the previous block in the chain. So mining a block isn't easy, especially on large chains. Miners use special software to solve the incredibly complex math problems of finding a nonce that generates an accepted hash. Because the nonce is only 32 bits and the hash is 256, there are roughly 4 billion possible nonce hash combinations that must be mined before the right one is found. When that happens, miners are said to have found the golden nonce for their block is added to their chain. Making a change to any block earlier in the chain requires remining not just the block with the change, but of all blocks that come after. This is why it's extremely difficult to manipulate blockchain technology. Think of it as safety in math. Since finding golden nonce requires an enormous amount of time and computing power, when a block is successfully mined, the change is accepted by all of the nodes on the network, and the miner is rewarded financially. Nodes. One of the most important concepts in blockchain technology is decentralization. No one computer or organization can own the chain. Instead, it is a distributed ledger via the nodes connected to the chain. Nodes can be any kind of electronic device that maintains copies of blockchain and keeps the network functioning. Now, I want you guys to remember this right here, this last sentence. Nodes can be any kind of electronic device that maintains copies of the blockchain and keeps the network functioning. So, yeah, we will get back to that. I already have something lined up for this right here. All right, just get excited. Every node has its own copy of the blockchain, and the network must algorithmically approve any newly mined block for the chain to be updated, trusted, and verified. Since blockchains are transparent, every action in the ledger can be easily checked and viewed. Each participant is given a unique alphanumeric identification number that shows their transactions. Combining public information with a system of checks and balances helps the blockchain maintain integrity and creates trust among users. Essentially, blockchains can be thought of as the scalability of trust via technology. So basically, everything would be integrated on the blockchain, and with the technology set up, whenever you do a transaction with anyone, you know exactly where that came from, where the money came from, where the money is going. It's basically everything's going to be connected. Everything. Okay. Beyond Bitcoin, Ethereum blockchain. Now, I haven't read this, but I'm going to go ahead and read it with you. But I want you to think of something, because they're talking about mining, and mining is big, but at the same time, there is Ripple created XRP. XRP is the decentralized ledger technology that everything is going to be connected to. Okay? it is already pre-mined. So there's no mining XRP. There is no mining Flare. There is a Ymin coin for Flare, Flare Finance when that comes out. And that does have to do with if you are an Ethereum or Bitcoin miner, you could turn those tokens into that Ymin. And that's a whole other discussion. But just this is a little bit of an older article, so there is other technology that is getting ready to be coming out here very, very soon. How soon? Not quite sure, but looking at towards June is what we hear. And what what I mean by we is random people on the internet. So, yeah, take it for what it is. All right. Beyond Bitcoin, Ethereum blockchain. Originally created as the ultra-transparent ledger system for Bitcoin to operate on, blockchain has long been associated with cryptocurrency, but the technology's transparency and security has seen growing adoption in a number of areas, much of which can be tracked back to the development of the Ethereum blockchain. In late 2013, Russian-Canadian developer Vitalik Buterin, I'm so sorry for butchering your name, Buterin, but my bad. I'm an American. I'm doing my best. So, published a white paper that proposed a platform combining traditional blockchain functionality with one key difference: the execution of computer code. Thus, the Ethereum project was born. Dun, 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 dun. Ethereum blockchain lets developers create sophisticated programs that can communicate with one another on the blockchain. And Ethereum is great for that, and the future that's coming, just wait. Things are going to get exciting. Tokens. Ethereum programmers, and I honestly, now you could really just say crypto programmers can create tokens to represent any kind of digital asset, track its ownership, and execute its functionality according to a set of programming instructions. And the only reason why I say change it from Ethereum to like crypto programmers is because you got the XRP network coming out, you have the Flare network coming out, and those right there, you're going to be able to, like, I know for the XRP network, you're going to be able to create your own token. I'm not sure if you can do that on the Flare network, but you're going to be able to have your NFTs on either network. And the Flare network is built together with XRP Ledger, so it's all together. Like, it's connected, like connected. Now, continuing. Tokens can be music files, contracts, concert tickets, or even a patient's medical records. Those are NFTs. This has broadened the potential of blockchain to permeate other sectors like media, government, and identity security. Thousands of companies are currently researching and developing products and ecosystems that run entirely on the burgeoning technology. Blockchain is challenging the current status quo of innovation by letting companies experiment with groundbreaking technology like peer-to-peer energy distribution or decentralized forms for new media or news media. Much like the definition of blockchain, the uses for the ledger system will only evolve as technology evolves. And yeah, it's going to be great. So I'm not going to go over the history. Here, I'll read this last part. What does it say? Blockchain applications. Blockchain has a nearly endless amount of applications across almost every industry. The ledger technology can be applied to track fraud in finance, securely share patient medical records between healthcare professionals, and even acts as a better way to track intellectual property in business and music rights for artists. Now, that means you create a song and you connect it to the blockchain, boom. Now you make money on it. You are a graphic artist. You are a photographer. You are you write poetry. And it's not just that. Everything is going to be on the blockchain. I like using the idea of the museums. And one way these museums would be able to make money is by having their art created as NFTs on the network, right? And then you get to own a piece of the Mona Lisa. Think about that. They could create a certain amount of maybe digital art copies of the Mona Lisa, and each one represents an actual piece of ownership of that, kind of like stocks, but tokenized. And, think of the Wall Street Bets GameStop situation with Robinhood, where there was this issue where apparently there were overbought stocks where they bought more than actually existed. So on the blockchain, you'll have tokenized stocks, meaning no such thing as buying more than what is actually there. They got 200, shares or whatever. You could only buy 200, not 200.1, 200. And that is it. So this is where things are going. NFTs are huge. And that is a whole new video because I'm going to do a video featuring a bunch of artists. It's going to be great. But now I read all of this for you so you can understand how everything is going to be connected. And then it also has a nice little tie because, it's talking about right here where the nodes are going to be kept on an electronic device that maintains copies of blockchain, can run a node, right? Well, what if that node was a cell phone, right? Who doesn't have a cell phone nowadays? Even my cousin, I think he's my second cousin in Missouri. He just for the first time in his life got a cell phone, a smartphone, I should say. He just got a smartphone last year for the first time, So it's crazy, but at the same time, think about it. All these smartphones, what if you can have a node on them, right? Now that brings me to my next subject. What about a cell phone that is built on blockchain technology? What would that look like? Well, take a look at Exodus by HTC. This phone, you can only purchase it with cryptocurrency. It is built on the blockchain. It is the only phone I believe. There's the Exodus 1 and 2. These are the only phones I believe that are built on the blockchain. There might be other ones, I'm not sure. But I do know of this one. And this is pretty interesting. I want one. The only thing, and I had asked him earlier, it was last year, because they talk about being built on Bitcoin technology or something like that. And I asked him, well, hey, Bitcoin is great, but what about that XRP technology? You know, so we will see where that goes, right? So introducing the crypto phone, the next generation device that combines the usability of the smartphone and the security of a crypto hardware wallet. The secure all-in-one device revolutionizes how we access Bitcoin and Web3, empowering you to buy, sell, send, receive, borrow, and lend. Listen to that. It's kind of like they knew what was going on. Smartphone plus hardware wallet equals crypto phone. First ever Bitcoin full node on mobile. Be a part of the Bitcoin network. Running a full node not only grows the Bitcoin network, but also help secure it. Don't trust, verify. Don't wait for others to verify your transactions. Verify yourself anytime, anywhere. The full Bitcoin ledger stored on a 400 gigabyte micro SD card. Now, okay, think about this. Think about this, everyone. The nodes. It talks right here where basically anything can run a node, right? So basically they already said on this phone that it runs a node. And there said somewhere in here that when you're running a node, and I think it was up a little higher. I'm not going to go crazy trying to dig for it because I should have highlighted it before and I did not. So, future tip, highlight ahead of time. Or at least while I'm reading through this, right? But anyways, you can get paid running a node, right? So I don't know if you get paid running a node on here. I would assume so. Maybe not. But think about this. I've heard rumors of this universal income, right? Basic universal income, which, no, I mean, I get it. You know, everyone gets X amount of money and that would cover your bills to live on a digital network. But what if everyone had a cell phone and everyone was running a node on their cell phone? Now, every cell phone would be able to connect to each other. So, say you go out in the middle of the desert and there ain't no internet out there, but there's still people out there with cell phones, or the internet's low. There's tons of people out there with cell phones. All your phones are connecting as nodes. And I'm sure someone's got internet signal, or together you might be able to create one. I mean, that's just me thinking, not saying this is where things are going, but I like to speculate on our future and where it's going. Take a look at all of our sci-fi movies, our TV shows. They always push stuff going towards that. Like they put it out ahead of time. But the government, they like to hold on to it until they have it secure the way they want to use it. And then they release it, and that's the world governments, like not just one, but, and that's a whole nother crazy subject and conversation starter. This right here, though, check it out. Beautiful phone. Now you're connected. You got a hardware wallet built on your phone. There was the Simpsons episode where they go and they do the whole song and dance. I wonder if I could find this real quick for you. Simpsons. It'd be nice if I could. Simpsons DLT episode. Okay, so there's this one right here, right, where they're talking about.
I will explain cryptocurrency by clicking the link to TV's most beloved scientist, Mr. Jim Parsons.
People think I'm a nerd, but I'm actually super cool. That's why I'm here to talk about the really cool subject of distributed consensus-based cryptocurrency. Kachinga. a nerd do that? I don't think so. For cryptocurrency to work, we need a record of every transaction that occurs. These are recorded in what's called a distributed ledger.
I'm a consensus of shared and synchronized digital data spread across multiple platforms from Shanghai to Grenada. Each day I'm closer to being cash of the future, not in your wallet, I'm in your computer. Oh yeah!
When you use the currency, the transaction is recorded in the ledger.
I can dig it.
And when one ledger book gets filled up, we add to a chain of previous books. That's the blockchain.
Later, glitches.
If you'd like to learn more
Now,
about how
hopefully-
cryptocurrencies work, here's everything else you need to know.
I'm going to pause that real quick. So hopefully I don't get, my video get kicked for playing that whole Simpsons thing. If it does, I'll just have to re-upload without it, and I'll tell you guys in Discord what was here. But read this, or I'll read this with you, because look, they try to throw you off, but they tell you what's going on at the same time, right? So cryptocurrency is a system that does not rely on a non-cryptocurrency central authority, but instead relies on a non-centralized distributed consensus of cryptocurrency ownership. And then it goes on saying, using the word cryptocurrency repeatedly when defining cryptocurrency makes it seem like we have a cryptocurrency novice's understanding of cryptocurrency. Well, that is total pile of cryptocurrency. In this system, rules are defined for the creation of additional units of cryptocurrency. They can be generated by fiat like traditional currency, or just thrown around randomly, or all given to LeBron. But for some reason, these crypto guys are really into computers. So we have big buildings full of energy-gobbling, air-conditioned computers solving useless math problems, but now we can't have straws. Also, we know who Satoshi is, but we're not telling. So, anyways, great episode. You gotta check that out. I told my wife, I'm like, check this out. The Simpsons did it. All right, Simpsons did it. South Park. Season 31, episode 13. Oh, look at them. It's a mirrored. 3113. And they're talking about distributed ledger technology. And if I don't want to, but right here, let me mute that now. When this guy goes to pay for the jet ski, what does he do? He hands her his ledger. Check that out. His ledger. Okay? So now think of this. We got your ledger here on your phone already. Even better. All right. This is the wallet that they have. Run a full node. It's a wallet. Collectibles, DeFi, payment, exchange, dApps, Web 3.0. dApps is distributed apps, or decentralized apps, decentralized apps. Meet Zion, your all-in-one private vault on the blockchain. And look, they show you XLM, LTC. Of course, they don't want to show you XRP. But, yeah, very, very interesting. They need to put XRP and Flare on here. That's what they need to do. HTC, if you're listening, make one built on XRP and Flare. All right? And then hook me up with the phone so I can beta test it for you. I'll make a great video. Promise. Pinky promise. All right. So look, the first private vault protected and trusted by execution environment. When activating your Zion, both 12-word recovery phrase and signing transaction will be operate in trusted execution environment. It is an isolated area that runs free from malware. All in one private vault. Social key recovery, your own keys. You know, if you don't own your keys, you don't own your crypto. So, your own keys. You know, there's this thing called the Internet of Things. You know, I wanted to show you this graphic too. So we went over the blockchain, how everything is connected, and this is just a cool little graphic that shows, you know, look, you got your security cameras. Well, first of all, you got your smart city. And in your smart city, you got your city security cameras. You got all your smart vehicles. You got your smart thermostats. You got your Amazon grocery stores. Well, Walmart's too, I guess. I don't know if you've seen those cool Amazon ones where you walk in the store and apparently it already knows who you are. You throw the stuff in the basket and it adds it to your cart when you walk out like it's all charged and I don't know. It's paid. It's crazy. Smart lights, your pets, airplanes, your kids are going to be connected, I guess. I'm going to tokenize my kids. Mobile, look, smart devices, your washer, dryers, your air fryers, your computers, our water, because they want to tokenize our water. Like, literally, look it up. They want to tokenize our water. So that kind of scares me. But, you know, everything's going to be connected. I didn't go over this website just because it had, to me, it seemed like it had older information than what I wanted to put out. I like the other article better. But yeah, I'll leave the links in the description below for this HTC Exodus smartphone. And I will also leave a link down below for this article here that I just went over. Maybe I'll even be nice enough to leave you a link for this episode. Because, I mean, come on. Each day I'm closer. All right, guys. We're almost 40 minutes into this. All right. I appreciate everything. I thank you for stopping by, spending time with me going over this. You know, think about it. Do you think I'm right on this? The whole, you know, the phones with the nodes. Do you think it would be a thing where everyone would have a cell phone with the node and we would all get paid running nodes on our phones? You know, maybe the more expensive phone you got, the more nodes it runs, or the more validations, or the more transactions, you know. I don't know. Just a thought. You tell me, guys. All right, I'm out of here. My name is the Redeyedjedi. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like, share, subscribe. You could find me on Twitter at Redeyedjedi77. I'm on the Flare Finance Discord right now as Redeyedjedi. I have a page on Facebook, which is Redeyedjedi77. I'm thinking about putting some stuff on like TikTok and whatnot too. I already have a little TikTok thing, but if I do anything on there, it's going to be more funny stuff and not so serious. All right. Catch you guys later. Good night.